Hello guys, this is Geneva Style here. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we will tell the story of Ben Solo and Rey Skywalker. Everything starts when Leia Organa, Luke Skywalker's sister, becomes pregnant with her only son, Ben Solo, named after Obi-Wan Kenobi and his father, Han Solo, due to her love and attachment to both figures. While pregnant, she always felt an internal malignant voice trying to lure her son into the darkness before he was even born. That voice belonged to Snoke, a powerful and force-sensitive semi-humanoid who will then rule the galaxy as the supreme leader of the First Order. The First Order descends from the fall of the Empire and was designed to bring back its glory. Years pass by. Ben Solo grows to become a shy, intelligent, sensitive young man who has always wanted to explore new galaxies, following his father and his uncle. He followed his uncle and his training to become a Jedi since infancy. He attended a Jedi school and was treated as the chosen one, the true descendant of the Skywalker bloodline. However, something terrible happened which caused Luke to retire and disappear into exile, and Ben Solo to join Snoke and serve the First Order as his apprentice. Ben Solo grew up to be a strong Force user. He did fall to the dark side, despite rising from the light. He was obsessed on finding Luke and destroy all Jedi once and for all. In the meantime, in a galaxy far away, his son calls it a junkyard, a young woman, a scavenger, is living alone waiting for her family. She had been abandoned without knowing what happened to her parents. She seems to be a good pilot and communicates with droids fluently. In fact, that is where she meets a droid shaped like a ball, BB-8, which seems to conceal a piece of information that would lead to Luke Skywalker. The reawakening happened as Rey fulfilled their destiny by leaving that junkyard, which is quite important because it seems like places such as Jakku and other remote areas are close to the Force. Once you leave these remote lands, the Force is able to surround you and connect all living things, including soulmates. Kylo Ren keeps hearing about this girl, the same way Rey saw Kylo Ren in a vision when she touched the Skywalker saber, which belonged to Luke and his father before him. It also belonged to Ben Solo before he decided to build his own lightsaber, which was built on a cracked crystal that turned red and was inserted into a lightsaber shaped like a sword. She keeps seeing him in a force. That is where they shall meet. She keeps fighting him, attacking him, but he deviates each blow every single time. He does not want to hurt her, he wants to get to know her. He carries her onto a ship. He could have got the information right where they were, but he felt something. He saw something more. More interestingly, Kylo is mixing personal matters with business. The bride or carry became a symbol of unity of the white and black figures, the evil and the good, the dark and the light. They meet once again. He watches her sleeping and waiting for her to wake up. Worth noting that he does not wake her up, but decides to keep watching her sleeping. He watches intensely until she calls him a creature. He removes his mask to prove to her that he's not a monster. He's a young man, a misunderstood one. Her gaze suggests interest and surprise. Not exactly what she expected. And his hair. Let's talk about that hair for a second. He looks like a Roman statue. He's immaculate. He looks spectacular. And he was meant to be like that for her to see it. An attraction starts growing between the two. A friction that would expand through the entire universe, through the Force connecting the two. Like walkie-talkie. She tries to fight him off of her mind. He's trying to get to the map, but he's being distracted. He gets closer to her, very close. He keeps seeing something, a dream. The image of a nightmare, an island. He cannot see further, but he's trying, even though it's not part of the plan. But she was not having it. She did not want him to win. She's a fighter. She's not allowing him to intrude into her mind and through her thoughts. She did not want him to know her pain and her fears. She did fight back, and she won. And he fell in love with her immediately. He knew at that point that his mission was different. She was a threat to his master's plans. It was not just about finding Luke, but also making sure that she did not get to him first. She was strong but untrained. He was scared of her and what she might do. More so, his fear grew when she called the legacy saber to come to her. She grabbed it away from him because he was not worthy of it. He had betrayed his own family, and at the time he was not ready to use it. He had been bested by a girl that never held a lightsaber. He indeed had failed. But what hurt him the most is that he did not fulfill his destiny, what he meant to do. He was still weak despite having sacrificed his own father. He still felt weak. And now he had no idea where to find that girl and Luke. He lost both. But one day in his chambers, he noticed something odd. He felt a presence, a connecting thread in the Force. Time stood still. He smiled, and for one moment he thought he had lost her. But she was right there, in front of him. Little did he know that she would try to harm him again, like she already did in the forest. It did not matter. He needed to talk to her. He needed to finish what he had started. He needed to locate her, and by finding her, he would have found Luke Skywalker. Something strange was happening in the Force. He knew she should have not resisted or posed strength to it. He warned her he would harm her. Do not pose resistance to it. Just let it in. The conversation abruptly stopped. It will happen again, and the rainwater will link one to the other. They will fill it together. They will find the Force together through a single touch. And they're fighting alone together. But he still was not ready to be together the way she wanted them to. Despite fighting together, saving each other's life, they were still enemies, and their love became their wound. It could not move on. She could not forget. And they had to reconnect and fight and harm each other and heal each other. After healing is restored as Ben Solo, he finds his true self with her. His rise will lead him to fulfill his destiny, to finish what his grandfather has started, maybe what he could never accomplish, saving the one he loved without having to stop loving her. He climbs the mountain, and from the void of darkness, he stumbled, he struggled to get back up, and as he approaches Rey's lifeless body, she falls into his embrace. He's crying. He knows what he needs to do. He knows he has enough strength to do it. He looks around and he knows it's just him who can do it. No one else is there for her. No one would care whether she lives or dies anymore. Greater good reigns supreme, but he does not care about any of that. He just wants her to live. So he shall do what he must. He makes the ultimate sacrifice. The kiss of death leaves a smile on his face. His promise is fulfilled. Rey is risen. Kylo Ren has fallen. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Make sure to subscribe, comment down below if you like this type of content, and I'll see you guys next time. May the Force be with you.